What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? Welcome back into JC's Pop Culture with me, JC, where you can see all kinds of pop culture content. Could be EA Sports, college football, video game news, to trailer reactions, or what we have today, some more movie news as we're coming with a DCU update. Got updates on multiple projects that are coming in James Gunn's soon-to-be DCU that's going to kick off, of course, with Superman in 2025, but we do know Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow is coming. It's going to be one of the next films. We've got a release date for it. We've got a director. We're going to touch on that. And then we also have an announcement for the Green Lanterns TV series. They really have some home run hitters there running that show. I'm impressed with the showrunners they have for that and got me more excited for that Lanterns TV series. So we'll touch on that. And of course, though, Superman is going to be kind of one of the main topics of discussion here on the channel as we get closer and closer to its release next year, July 11th, 2025. Just a little over a year away now, but we know filming's ongoing. We've got a new casting update and some behind the scenes set photos. So let's jump in first with some looks here at Superman here in this DCU update. Let's start with the behind the scenes photo that we have here. We got our first look, unfinished, of course, of the Kent family farm here, as it looks like this is what that will be. Superman Legacy filming close to our house in LaGrange. Of course, we know it's now just titled Superman. Nonetheless, though, we got some photos here. There you see kind of the side shot, so you can see kind of the equipment there to the right. And then, of course, you get the long driveway and the house there. Definitely a good look for the Kent farm. Definitely will fit right in here in this Superman universe of James Gunn's. But we also have an additional casting piece of news, and we may know exactly who this person's playing thanks to some speculation by fans. All right, so you see this from the Hollywood Reporter. James Gunn's Superman adds Saturday Night Live actor Beck Bennett. Of course, we know the movie's currently shooting in Atlanta. There's no details given in this article about the character that he's playing, but thanks to, some sleuthing and shit by the DC fans like myself, I think that there is a good chance that it looks like Beck Bennett may be playing Steve Lombard, who I'm sure fans of Superman comics know, works the Daily Planet, former football player in the comics, always, doing some practical jokes, trying to get one over on Clark and shit. So, he's a well-known character throughout the comics universe, but fans saw a recent cast photo and kind of began to speculate this, I think even before the news came out that Beck Bennett was officially a part of the cast. But if you scroll down here, you can see how many Superman cast members can you spot here from DCU updates. You see Beck Bennett here, next to last on the right, the last male there. And you see the facial hair is really, reminiscent of Steve Lombard from the comics there. You see down here, there's a comparison because you see him, usually he's kind of clean shaven, but here he has that facial hair. And then they show a picture of Steve Lombard there just to kind of give everybody the possibility, of it being true. And I think that there is a great chance that that may indeed be who Beck Bennett is playing. It's going to be a smaller role with him just joining this cast this late in the process with principal photography already going on and shit. So definitely could very well be a role at the Daily Planet as Steve Lombard. Definitely we'll find out for sure July 11th, 2025, if not before then. But the newest member of the cast is Beck Bennett, and that could be who he's potentially playing. Shout out to comicbookmovie.com for sharing this article. But let's move on to another project here in the DCU, not Superman, but we're talking his cousin, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. We know that film's probably one of the next ones up. We got a release date and we know the director now. We previously knew the writer, got a director locked down and a release date. Let's take a look here coming from Variety. All right, so I'm a little bit behind on this one. This one you may have already known about and shit, but I'm doing DCU updates. I got to include this here because I hadn't had a chance to cover it yet on the channel. I've been, covered up with college football news in addition to, my own work life and shit like that. But nonetheless, we did get Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow's release date. We knew it was going to be wrote by Anna Noguera. Now we know the director as well. We know it's coming out a year after, or almost a year after Superman. Will be Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow coming in June 2026. So it'll be the summer 2026 release. We know Millie Alcock playing Supergirl. I've covered that in a previous update here on the channel. Be sure stay tuned here for further DCU updates. I have a playlist just titled just that, DCU updates. You can check out all of this shit here on JC's Pop Culture. But having said that, we now know that the director of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow will be Craig Gillespie, as you see here all highlighted in the article there. Like I said, directing the script from Anna Noguera, who is writing that one, and looks like it's going to be, coming out in June of 2026. So look for this to start filming, not too long after Superman wraps up. This may be the next thing to get rolling, but we now know a release date for Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. Be on the lookout for June 26, 2026. Also in IMAX, much like Superman's going to be next year, filming in IMAX, and hopefully I'll get a chance to check it out in IMAX. Be the first movie I've ever seen in IMAX, and what a perfect time to, make my debut there, pop my IMAX cherry and shit with the Superman movie. Perfect for me as a huge Superman fan, so can't wait to do that, and really excited about that. But like I said, that's not the only DCU project I'm super excited about. Some recent news has me really hyping shit for this Lantern series. Let's check it out here. Coming from Variety, some heavy hitters going to be show running the DC Green Lantern series here in James Gunn's DC universe. As you can see here, DC's Green Lantern tapping Damon Lindelof and Ozark showrunner Chris Mundy. Now, I've never seen Ozark, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. But Damon Lindelof, I'm super happy about because, I'm not, a lot of people probably associate him with Lost. I've never really watched Lost, but for me, it's the Watchmen series. You guys may have heard on a recent JC's Pop Culture podcast, a few months ago or whatever, finally got a chance to watch the Watchmen series, and it was a few years late on it, but damn, it blew me away. One of my most favorite, viewing experiences I've had here in the past year or so. Really loved Watchmen, thought it was super smart, super heady, and just really original as well, taking, some previous source material, but kind of doing their own thing with it while also still existing in that world. And, after seeing that, I have huge high hopes now for the Green Lantern series, knowing that Damon Lindelof's attached because I love that Watchmen so much. And, Chris Mundy as well. Like I said, high praise for Ozark from everyone that's seen that show. That's something that people keep telling me I need to watch, so maybe I'll do that before Green Lanterns comes around. But either way, this is a big move for the DCU to get both these guys for the Green Lantern show, and I think it's going to be phenomenal because of that as they join the series as writers. James Gunn confirmed the news on Instagram, saying, yes, it's true. The Lanterns DCU series is putting together a crack team of writers based on a wonderful pilot script and Bible by Chris Mundy, Tom King, and Damon Lindelof, which is great because we know Tom King works on the Green Lantern comics as well. Lindelof is known as the co-creator and showrunner of the sci-fi series Lost, which ran from 2004 to 2010, and then of course the HBO limited series Watchmen. Mundy serves as showrunner on the Netflix series Ozark from 2017 to 2022. He also executive produced series like Criminal Minds, Cold Case, Bloodline, and True Detective Season 4. So some big things right there for sure. Some big things for the DCU. I think January of last year, Gunn and DC Studios, Peter Safran announced the Green Lantern series, which will be just titled Lanterns. That's why, I was talking just Lanterns and shit earlier. One of the first 10 film and TV titles within the rebooted DC universe. As we know, Chapter 1, the Gods and Monsters period. At the time, Safran described the series as a huge HBO quality event that's very much in the vein of True Detective, which is kind of interesting that you get someone that's a producer of True Detective to come on to that, of course, and you get someone with familiarity with HBO with Damon Lindelof, so I like that as well. I think this is going to be very excited. Lanterns will focus on two of the best known members of the Green Lantern Corps, probably the most two known, Hal Jordan and of course John Stewart, who investigate a mystery that Safran said plays a really big role in leading us to the main story that we're telling across our film and television. So this Lantern series is really going to be pivotal for the direction of the DCU, it sounds like, as well. And it goes on to talk a little bit about a previous Green Lantern project that Greg Berlanti was developing that's no longer moving forward. But I think that this is a super exciting move here for the DCU to bring these guys in. So positive news all around really on this DCU update, not only for Superman, my main dude, but also we get a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow update and a really fucking badass update here for Lanterns as well that I'm excited about here on JC's Pop Culture. But how about you? Are you just as excited as I am about that Green Lanterns update or any of these DCU updates I'll provide you here in this edition of JC's Pop Culture? Be sure, let me know in the comments. Always appreciate those interactions. If you made it this far in the video, be sure hit that thumbs up button. Helps a shit ton with the YouTube algorithm. And if you're into movies and TV shows, especially horror, comedy, and superheroes like this one, I'll be providing DCU updates throughout the lead up to James Gunn's DCU and the start of that Superman movie in 2025. Be sure to subscribe here. And I'm also covering the EA Sports College Football video game, as I'm sure you guys well know by now. But having said that, I appreciate you tuning into this one, and I'll catch you on the next one.